Link TV, connecting you to the world. Link TV is viewer supported. Watch more at linktv.org.
Today on Earth Focus, how do you explain climate change in elementary schools? Award-winning author and journalist Chuck McCutcheon has the answer. McCutcheon is a former reporter for Newhouse newspapers and the Congressional Quarterly. He speaks with Earth Focus correspondent Miles Benson about his new book, What Are Global Warming and Climate Change? Coming up on Earth Focus.
Chuck McCutcheon, you've written a book about global warming and climate change for children. What age group are you aiming at?
This is aimed at middle school students, ages 9 and up, sort of the 9, 10, 11, 12, grades 6, 7, 8, 9 level. But I've actually been getting a real positive response from everybody from 4th graders to 11th graders.
Did you find it hard to write about this subject for children?
I spoke to a number of scientists, people at the National Academy of Sciences, people who had been studying this issue at universities and other places, and I asked them what's the best way to convey this subject to this audience. And I independently hit on the fact that I should use the question and answer format because I thought it would be easier for kids to dive in and out of the text if it were written that way as opposed to doing big long blocks of narrative. And so I decided on the Q&A format, which I don't think has been done with any other kind of book like this before, and that got a very positive response. And then from there it was just a matter of coming up with the right questions to ask, and that was based on talking to a lot of students and writing down what questions they had, and then writing it in such a way so that the answers would be clear.
What's the value of teaching children about climate change?
I've often seen it compared to recycling, that recycling didn't really catch on in this country until kids started learning about it in school and went home and told their parents, hey, why aren't we recycling? And I think the effort here, the hope is similar, is that adults may know something about this issue, but by letting kids know about it, hopefully in a scientific way, they can start telling their parents about it, and that can sort of motivate everybody to take more attention to this issue.
Kids have a lot of other things on their mind besides these issues. Is this scary to them?
I've given a number of talks already to school kids, and I basically start by saying, you know, this is not something that is going to burn you to a crisp, and it shouldn't scare you right away, but it's something that you really should know about and pay a lot of attention to. And so I just try to summarize exactly what global warming is, how it's different from climate change, how climate and weather are different, what the greenhouse effect is, what some of the possible effects from the increase in greenhouse gases are, and then what could happen if it doesn't stop, and then what politicians are doing about it, and then finally the last chapter, which is obviously the most popular one, is what they can do about it.
Do children seem familiar with these problems, or are they hearing this for the first time?
I've been very surprised at how many science courses have been working some mention of this into their curriculums. I think there's a lot more attention being paid to this issue. And I think there's a general awareness, and so now I'm just trying to sort of put some meat on the bones and flesh it out just a little bit.
Chuck McCutcheon, thank you very much.
Oh, you're welcome.
Link TV is the only U.S. network dedicated to global and national news, uncompromising documentaries, and diverse cultural programs. Programs which connect you to the world. To learn more, visit linktv.org.